Hey guys, so this is going to be part 2 of our Pong game. In our last part, we created our paddles and our ball in the center, as well as a midline. In this part, we're going to be setting up keyboard binding, moving each paddle, and checking for borders, so checking for any collisions. The first thing we want to do is be able to move the paddle, so giving paddle's movement. So let's define a few functions. So define paddle A up, and inside of this function we're gonna paddle A dot set y coordinate to the previous paddle A dot y coordinate plus 30. So this is gonna move the y coordinate of paddle A up 30. And we want to do the same thing with paddle, except for downwards. So paddle A down, that's what we're going to call the function. And then paddle A dot set y is the previous paddle A dot y coordinate, except minus 30. And this is good for paddle A, but we want to do this for paddle B also. So what I could do is just copy and paste it and change each of the variables so that it says paddle B instead of paddle A. So paddle B, paddle B. So now that we've created all our movement, we want to actually receive this movement and execute the movement. So what I could do is, we want to listen for keyboard input. So keyboard, we want to set up keyboard binding. And how we do this is wn.listen, and then this is going to listen for any input from our keyboard. wn.onKey, and then our function was paddle up. And then if someone presses Q on the keyboard, it's going to execute this function. So it's going to run this function paddle A up right here. So it's going to move the y coordinate of paddle A up by 30 pixels. wn.onKey paddle A down, and with this is going to be the A button. wn.onKey paddle B up, up, and then we're going to be using the up arrow, so just up. wn.onKey paddle B down, or no parentheses, then down arrow. So when I run this, I should be able to move each paddle. When I press up, or paddle B down, not defined. Oh, I forgot to change this. Paddle B down. Okay. Now when I run this, when I press up, paddle B should move up by 30 pixels. When I press down, paddle B should move down 30 pixels. Same thing should happen with Q and A. So I'm able to move both paddles, and when the ball starts moving, at the end of this part, we should be able to hit the ball back and forth. So now we want to set up a ball, or set the speed of the ball. So ball dot dx, or change in x, is going to be equal to 3. This is going to represent the speed of the ball in the x direction, so horizontally. Ball dot dx is equal to 2. That's going to be the speed of the ball moving vertically. And that's not going to do anything for now, but how we make that, how we change the value, or where the ball is we want to use a while loop. So while true, we want to set the ball's x coordinate, or x value, to the ball's previous x coordinate plus ball dot dx. So it's gonna move. So it's gonna move by 3 pixels in the x coordinate, and then same thing with the y coordinate. Ball dot set y, ball dot y coordinate plus ball dot gy. So if I run this, we should see that the ball moves and which it does. So it's moving to the right at 3 pixels, moving up 2 pixels. Now what we want to do is check for top and bottom border. So border checking. So if the ball hits the top or bottom window, part of the window, it's gonna bounce. It's gonna like bounce inward, so it's not gonna go outside of the window. So how we do this is top and bottom border checking. If the absolute value of the y coordinate of the ball is greater, is greater than 240, then ball dot dy is equal to ball dot dy times -1. So if the ball is going upwards and it hits the top part of the window, so at 240, the ball's y change in y instead of 3 is going to be -3. So then the ball is going to move downwards at -3 pixels. And the same thing for when it hits the bottom part. Then it's going to move up at, instead of -3, it's going to move up at 3. And now we want to check for left and right. So the reason, now we're going to check for left and right. So left border checking. If the ball dot x coordinate is less than -290, then we want the ball to go to 0, 0. So the reason why I'm checking the left and right borders individually is because I want to keep track of the score later. So if the ball goes and hits the left boundary of the window, then I want to add a score to the other person. Now, if the ball dot x coordinate is greater than 290, then I want the ball to go to 0, 0. So if the ball reaches one of the sides of the pop-up window, we're going to add a score to the other player, and we're going to move the ball to the center. So reset the ball. So if I run this, now you see that if the ball hits the window, it goes to the center. However, I'm still not allowed to hit the ball yet. So in the next part, we'll be able to add collision to the paddle, so it's able to hit the ball, and adding a scoreboard. I'll see you in the next part.